Oh boy, Pamela Bondi. Man, the more this woman talks, the more unhinged she sounds. Like, I know, and I've seen pretty much everybody that comes before Congress or House subcommittee hearings very seldom answers a direct question, right? Um, Sometimes that's because things aren't as simple as a yes or no answer. I get that. But sometimes they are. Uh, and yesterday, she was asked, you know, question about the it was an Epstein Files hearing, um, and they have made some blunders, right? I don't even think that's up for debate. Redacting Les Wexler's name and unredacting the victim's name, which was like, you just don't do that, right? Um, and there was one point that I saw. She starts going off about the Dow, how it's at historic highs, and this is the most transparent president in the history of the United States. And like, just it was just kind of weird. Like, it had nothing to do with the line of questioning. And she came in with her burn book with her little, you know, notes to burn each uh, member of the House that had questions for her, and that's all fine and good. But every time one of Trump's acolytes tries to act like Trump, they just come off looking stupid. And I imagine, I try to imagine what someone from another country watching this and us telling them that is the leader, that's the boss of the Justice Department of the United States of America. And watch 10 minutes of it. And just pick any 10, it doesn't matter. It's sad. It's a clown show, and I just, man, I I'm at a loss for words just from what I saw. Um, I believe she came very close to perjuring herself, if not actually perjuring herself. I don't know that much about the law to get into that, but um, Kash Patel, I do believe, perjured himself. So it ought to be fun when I drag his sorry ass back in there. Um, the long and short of it, nobody of real note is gonna, you know, be tarred and feathered or put in a wood chipper or hung in the public square or even, you know, hell, Howard Lecknick, he's not even going to lose his job. So these people aren't stupid. They're very careful, and they understand when they're under oath and when they're not. Right? If you watch Howard Lecknick's, I think it was 60 Minutes interview, he was just gushing, just spouting out all this stuff about how gross Epstein was and blah 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 blah. But then when he's put under oath, oh, it's a whole different story. Because now, now there are real consequences for your words and what you say and when you lie. So if you're Team Trump or MAGA or whatever, I don't know how you defend any of this. Like, I don't know how. Push Trump aside. Let's just assume he's done nothing wrong. And he should get that assumption until proven guilty in a court of law. I've been very clear on that. How do you look at the performance yesterday by the head, lawyer of the land. Like, it's just sad. She should be ashamed of herself and she should resign yesterday. Y'all be cool.